Alrighty guys, so in today's video we're gonna give Sam a visit. You guys are gonna get to meet Sam finally. He is working on the Prius and he actually lives right over the hill, so it's not far, but we got some big news with that thing and we're making pretty good progress. We have some issues we're gonna go over, but as of right now we're doing good. So let's go take a peek at how that thing's doing. Here she is in all of her glory. So, I brought her outside so we could see her a little better. Now the sun's behind me. It's kind of fighting us. It looks a lot meaner sitting outside. We got Mr. Sam Brennan over here.
Yo, yo.
Road Rash Engineering. When me and Connor first started doing this and tearing everything down, I started thinking to myself, we're gonna half-ass a lot of stuff. And when we started building the 4-link, it was totally different. And every time I came to Sam to have him cut me something or plasma cut something, he would give me a better idea of what I was doing. And I got to the point where I'm like, listen, you want to just build this thing? So he laughs, but it's true. So we're sitting a lot nicer than I think if I did it. I don't know if I could, I don't know. I think I could have, it just would have took a lot longer.
Back up for a second right there. When you first came to me, I thought, man, this kid is out of his freaking mind. Like, this is gonna be like way more than we thought, but he freaking put his money where his mouth was, and I couldn't believe it. But I mean, this has been an awesome freaking project this whole time, and it's been really cool to keep adding to it, and changing things and making mistakes,
making them better and figuring stuff out.
This is gonna be the only thing in the world. It's gonna be unique.
Do we have the drive shaft for this?
It's on.
Oh, it is on it. Okay. So here's the thing with the drive shaft. If you want to build a Cummins swapped vehicle, this is the shortest wheelbase you could possibly go. Maybe you could snip another, what, inch or two? If that.
Max, tops. Yeah.
I mean,
how much did you cut off originally? So
that frame came back 6 foot.
The truck was a what?
It was a dually 8-foot bed with a club cab or an extended cab, yeah. Because it was the 2-door with the stationary back.
Yeah.
So that truck was massive. We chopped this frame.
It had to be close to this truck.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, center to center. I'm curious, probably 17 feet.
What we did, so these frames, I don't know if the 3rd gens are the same. No, they're not. So the frames in the 3rd gens are straight all the way and then steps up and steps up again. Mm-hmm. So like right in here, we chopped off where it steps up because it's actually 2 frame members. They do these for different bed lengths. So these are just the rivets that we took out, and we took this whole section off. And that section had to be 6 foot at least.
At least, dude.
So, and that, well actually, I think the hanger for the front leaf spring was right here.
For the front leaf
spring. For the front mount of the leaf spring. So that wheel was back here.
You cut 6 foot off.
Yeah. So we shortened it quite a bit. And that drive shaft,
in doing so, made the drive shaft a little chode.
2 inches long, yeah. Let's see if we can get a... Wow, it looks hilarious when it's on. So you need plenty of room for the slip yoke to work.
Yeah,
for travel.
The interesting thing about this project is since it's on airbags, the axle obviously is going to stay stationary. The frame, the transmission, everything else is going to go up. So we had to do some math to figure out as the cab and frame went up, the drive shaft becomes longer. So we had to kind of cannibalize the old shaft, do a lot of lathe work, do a lot of, you know, balancing and truing up on the lathe to get that. And it does, it slides, I think it was 1 1/4 inches of slide as it goes up and down through its range. So that was fun.
You probably could get a little bit shorter of a wheelbase, but it would be tough and you won't have travel. Yeah, it would be tough. If you want 2-wheel drive, you could probably bring that axle up to here. You could probably center that axle right here.
Yeah.
I mean, you could make a short wheelbase, but you're gonna have so much in the body.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing just barely fits in here.
Yeah.
And I can't believe we fit the radiator and the intercooler up here.
Yeah. So the radiator's out of a 7.3 Power Stroke 7.3 Power Stroke Ford. The intercooler is from the Chinaman. But everything just came together so nicely. And to be honest with you, like, well, it was a lot of cutting, a lot of hacking, a lot of figuring out.
Yeah,
but
a lot of trial and error.
Yeah, that being said,
Just
it's surprising how easily certain things did fall together. Like, the engine really fits perfectly. The steering had this, the Prius steering had the same universals as the Cummins steering. So we were borderline able to like snap some pieces together and make them just work.
And have the steering done.
Yeah, the steering's all lined up perfect.
And then we probably could have, instead of tunneling the inside here, if we didn't want to put the radiator in, we probably could have just stepped that forward a bit. But then the frame, everything would have had to get shimmied differently.
Your wheel wells would have still not lined up.
Yeah, we would have had to change that.
So that tunnel, all custom tunnel, all new floors. Had to put new floors in because of how close the body
we had to
came
lift
to the
floors
frame
up.
Yeah, the floors are raised 2 inches.
Because the goal was to try to get it to sit lower, because in my opinion it looks goofy. As tall as it is, it's what, 7 feet, 6.5 feet.
Yeah, at least, yeah, I'm 6 foot.
Yeah, so it's 6.5. It's tall, and that's with no air in the bags. It raises about 6 inches, so it's probably 7 foot with air.
It's 7 foot.
And we wanted to make it, I wanted to try to get it a little lower, but it just couldn't.
Matt originally wanted a lower stock car look, but
I wanted to be like the Charger.
Yeah.
But I wanted this thing 4-wheel drive. So
we just,
you get one or the other. You don't get both.
Well, yeah. I mean, for the time it would have taken to really hack the car apart, this was as low as we could get it without doing major surgery.
Without getting major, and we still only probably would have got the roof down to here, maybe.
I think we would have only gained another 3 inches.
Oh, you think even that much?
Yeah, probably.
And that, if we built a custom frame with like say a thicker frame that was half that width, we could have gained 3 inches there.
That's fair.
And then changed stuff and got 6 inches, but there'd be 20 grand in frame work.
Yeah.
And for what we're doing, I don't think I need that. It looks funny. It's gonna get real good attention. As I was saying earlier, we were gonna put the radiator in. I don't think we would have got the intercooler in the back. There would have been too much lag. It just wouldn't have worked. Yeah. We were gonna fit that somewhere in here if we had to put the intercooler in.
The original plan was we weren't exactly sure. As we were putting the body on, we were talking about, well, is the radiator even gonna fit because of how long the motor is, blah, blah, blah. So we were thinking, well, how crazy would it be to like take out the back glass window, put louvers in, put all kinds of stuff, and put the radiator and intercooler in the trunk. But we didn't have to, and that saved.
There would be a lot of lag with the intercooler too.
Yeah, that would have been kind of crappy.
The rad would have been one thing, but the intercooler, that would have, it just wouldn't have worked great.
Not really.
And what's cool with these 7.3 radiators, it's hard to tell, but this thing is also a transcooler.
Yep.
So we're gonna put a transcooler in the back, which I think would have got smashed for what I plan on doing with this. So it works good because them trans lines come right up there. I have them plugged off. I bet you they would hook right in. I might just have to shorten them. So it really is perfect.
Yeah.
We're gonna change some stuff with the turbo.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I plan on doing with this, like 600 to 800 horsepower, I'm thinking. So we're gonna need a bigger turbo for sure. And there's not much room there.
No matter what. So explain the difference in
our manifolds.
Exhaust manifolds, yeah, because we're gonna end up putting the turbo up here with a different year.
We're gonna do something similar to the Charger. I think the Charger has, it might be a 2nd gen manifold, I'm not sure. I believe it's off like a 3rd gen, and you just flip it. Where's that one at?
It's in the garage. I'll grab it quick.
So that is off a 06 5.9, which makes no difference. I think first, 3rd, 4th, and I believe even the 5th gens have that manifold.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be hard to shove it back in there. Maybe let's see if we can stick it on top and shove it back in there just for an idea.
Yeah.
Of where it'll sit.
Kind of as far as it's gonna go in.
Yeah, it ain't gonna go in there.
Yeah, but basically, turbo from here probably moved forward what, 8 inches?
Yeah.
To here.
Roughly.
This area. Gives us room for the exhaust, gives us, you know, just gives us way more options.
Put a nice big air filter on there because we'll
Big
clear
air
the
filter.
We'll clear the alternator.
Big turbo.
Yep. A big single. The brakes is going to be our next problem.
Yeah.
Do you have that master cylinder?
I have it in the shop. Yeah.
That is going to be
the stock brake booster and master cylinder was huge.
Humongous.
So what we're gonna do, and it was only huge. When I say huge, it just was super long because it has something called a hydro boost. It uses, I did look it up, you were right. Okay. It uses
power steering.
Yep.
Okay.
Power steering to turn a vacuum pump to give the brakes the boost. So what we're gonna replace that with is a super
low pro.
Yeah, not super low pro, but lower profile. Dual master cylinder.
Manual brakes then?
They'll be manual. Yep. Okay. Manual brakes. I have to do some calculations to see what diameter to purchase, but it'll be 2 side by side instead of 1 super long.
Yeah.
So
that'll give us plenty of room. We might be able to stick the battery up here then.
We might. Yeah, we might.
It's gonna be tough, but we'll see.
Yeah, we got options. To be honest, maybe this side would be better because we're gonna have an air box over here.
Or we might just have a straight open air filter. I don't think we could put in it. Well, if we built a custom one, we could.
Yeah, something.
We'll see what we come up with. But I think we'll get rid of, like, all these oil lines went to an oil cooler that was also a trans cooler.
Yeah.
It's like an oil trans cooler thing that goes on the side of these 12 valves. So that saved us a bunch of room. Because didn't that hit
That hit a lot of shit.
It hit a lot. Because that would have brought this out another 4 inches.
Yeah, it was hard to get the floors in.
Exactly. And if we did run the exhaust out here, we'd have to bring this tunnel in 6-8 inches
easily
to get, I mean, you can't do a hard bend, so it has to be real smooth. I mean, that thing,
moving the turbo forward on that manifold is gonna make a huge difference.
You would have no floor space. Like right there is comfortable, and I'm like 5'8", so you get someone here at 6 foot. Yeah. 6'5". I mean, their feet are going to be up into here, which is perfect. And it just, you'd be like this. Your feet would be bent. It would be terrible. So I think that's going to work good.
Yeah. And then more on the interior is,
all these panels are going to go back in.
Yeah, all the panels. The dash is going to come back. It's not bolted in right now, but the dash is going to come back together. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a middle console. This is the firewall.
Yep.
We're gonna have two tubes or something come out like this and come down. Radio, switch panel, shifter here, 4-wheel drive.
A shifter will come through the floor somewhere. I think that's right in here. I'm hoping. What do you think it's gonna weigh when it's done?
I'll be honest with you, I couldn't even make a guess. It can't be much, obviously.
I'm hoping it's less than 5,000.
3 or 4 people could pick up the Prius body.
Yeah.
Relative.
Well, when it was on the lift, we had it on the lift. I picked it up by myself.
Yeah, you did pick up the ass end by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we picked it up and moved it with 3 people.
Two big dudes could probably pick the Prius up.
Yeah.
And the engine, obviously, of this thing
like 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, and the frame and tires another 1,000 pounds.
All the diffs easily.
So
the diffs are probably 1,000.
If I had to throw a number at it, 3,500.
I'm hoping it's under 5. I think we'll be close.
You'll be easily under 5.
I think we'll be in the 4 range. Because I weighed the truck. I'll look on my phone right now. It was like 8,000 something, which was heavy, but it was a lifted dually on super singles and had like an 8-inch lift. And that lift was crude. There was all kinds of goofy stuff going on in the front end of this thing.
Yeah, we threw away a lot of crap off of this.
The Prius was 3,000 pounds, 3,040 pounds exactly before we started.
That was with the engine.
That was everything.
Yeah.
That was the entire Prius, drove it on a scale. That was with me in it too. So
you were 1,000.
Yeah, yep. So I think this thing's probably 500 to, I don't know, what, 800 pounds maybe?
I'd say 800.
Yeah. It's not heavy. Not heavy at all. So we're going to be close to that. It's going to be half the weight of a truck.
With twice the horsepower of a truck.
Yeah, exactly. Twice the power, half the weight. So I think a good built street truck, like 1,000, 1,200 horsepower street truck, this will be close to it. We're going to put this thing in some mean dirt drags. Oh, and the hitch. I don't know when we'll do that, but we're going to put this thing in pools too, tractor pools. And we're going to build a big hitch for the back of it. I don't know how we're doing this frame yet, but
I don't know yet.
Talked about chopping at an angle so it don't look it looks stupid.
Yeah.
Put a big Gen Y. We'll bring the hitch up through the bumper and put like a 3-foot drop hitch on it.
I love it. Yeah, there's a lot more to do, but chipping away at it, so
I think
it's good stuff.
the real hard stuff for the figuring out is almost done.
I agree. I mean, the suspension and the major measuring and kind of
Thinking is done.
Like,
all that's done.
Yeah, that's done. So now it's just the little detail, little time-consuming details that you know just need things that need to get done.
Exactly.
But
that's all we have for today. So if you have any ideas for an exhaust, we thought about dropping the exhaust out the fender.
Yeah. No, I'm advocating for this, maybe. One of those nice little teardrop little freaking things.
Right under the hybrid.
Oh yeah. That's my vote.
Drop a comment if you have an idea for that. Either the exhaust is coming right out from the hybrid, or it's gonna come out and do like an axle dump type deal. I'm not really sure yet. I like the hybrid idea. I think it'll make it look like it's a nice flat black down the whole side of the car. We have to see. Or if you have any suggestions on anything else, feel free to drop a comment. But as always, guys, thanks for watching and have a great day.